Hey guys, it's Tina. Welcome back to my channel, Create with Tina. Today I'm bringing back a goodie. You all loved this Stampin' Up! Die storage hack I shared a while back, so I'm bringing it back with a new set, better lighting, and a closer look on how I store my Stampin' Up! Stamps and coordinating dies. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside and we're going to talk about how the dies come. The dies come just like this in this really nice envelope, cute packaging. The envelope even has a little flap to help you store it. But then when you pull it out, what you have is your dies stuck to this piece of paper with a sticky strip. And that is okay. However, for me, I really struggle getting it off and I end up kind of just ruining this paper. It doesn't work very well for me. So I decided to come up with a solution. And the solution I came up with was that I found these magnetic sheets with coordinating envelopes that I could use with my dies. Now, let's talk about why did I want the coordinating envelopes. I wanted the coordinating envelopes because, let me show you. While these envelopes are very pretty and fun and useful, they just don't fit inside the stamp case. See, they're too big. You can't close your stamp case. They're just a smidge too big, so you can't store them in your case in there. And you might be thinking, well, Tina, why don't you just get a magnetic sheet and just put the magnetic sheet inside your case, because they do sell these as adhesive backed magnetic sheets, and then you could stick your dies right on that. And I could have done that as well, but I chose instead to get the kind that has a coordinating envelope that happened to be the right size that still allows me to store my coordinating dies with the coordinating stamps. And I did that for two reasons. Number one, it does protect my stamps, especially my photopolymer, or from the dies kind of scratching on them. But the other reason is because sometimes you get a set like this, the Everyday Arches, and it does coordinate with a stamp set, but this is also what I would call a standalone stamp set, a standalone die set, which means you are going to use this on lots of different projects, and it's not going to be something you have to use related to that die. So let me show you what I mean. This is a brand new set called Cheers and Sips, and it's from our celebratory Sips suite. And it's really got some great stamps. This is how the dies come, and this is what the dies look like. They are very tied to the stamp set. There's not a lot of times that I'm going to use any of these shapes except when I'm using the stamp set. So for that reason, I took them off of the backing they came on. I put them on the magnetic sheet and I stuck them in this envelope, and they will now live inside the case just like that with the coordinating stamps, so I can keep them together. So that is why I like to have the envelope, so that for the sets I want to keep together, I can. But for the sets that coordinate with a stamp set like this one, the mixed label stamp, you can see this is what the stamps look like. There's a lot of sentiments, and then there is this banner. This is what the die cuts look like that coordinate. So it's mixed labels stamps and mixed labels dies. But clearly, I would use these dies with a variety of different stamp sets. They'll be very, very useful. I do not have to use them exclusively with this set. So for that reason, I will not keep them in this case. I will keep them on the magnetic sheet with the label on the outside by themselves. Okay, does that make sense? And one thing I did neglect to say, that another reason why I liked the envelope is because it's easy to pull it out to work with and to put them all away and put it right back in without having the magnetic sheet stuck right in the case. So when I'm working, I pull the whole thing out. I pull off the stamps I need, I move this, and then as I'm working, I can stick the dies right back on the magnetic sheet so I don't lose them. And then when I'm done, I put it all back together and all back in the case. So I hope that gave you guys a little insight as to why I like to use this system when I am storing my stamp and die. So I will be transporting these. So see, you just pull them all off. And one easy way, since this is a nested set, I'm just going to completely destroy the piece. And I have them all right there on the magnetic sheet. Okay, so I will put a link in the description below showing you how, or a link to where I buy these. I get them on Amazon, so I'll link that. And then I have another video coming that is going to show you guys how I store the little stamp sets that come inside of my paper pumpkin boxes, because they are really cute stamp sets. But they don't come with a case. They come like this. So make sure you watch the next video that I have linked at the end if you want to know what I use to store these stamps. Thanks for watching. Bye.